Pedro is entering Eroma. Immediately, the illumination in the chamber faded, and the game scene opened around him. It was a breathtaking view. Why not? With computer animation, they could have anything anyone could imagine. He was sitting on a miniature throne that overlooked the lush valley ahead, centered between high snow-covered mountains, a steaming volcano, forests, fields, rivers, and a large central island-studded lake. Cleared paths wound through the forests and up the slopes, leading to attractive pavilions. He stood up, faintly surprised that he could do so. But of course, the equipment monitoring his body responded to his motions, and the harness prevented him from crashing into anything in real life. He could stand and walk and wave his arms and look around. The animation tracked him perfectly. Already, the scene seemed real. After he had done these things, satisfied that his avatar was functioning, he knew it was time to start the game. His avatar was nude, but of course, that was the way it was in Eroma. It was a sexual game and a sexual competition, and clothing would merely get in the way. At least in the early rounds. There was a nearby pool. He went and gazed at his reflection. He was swarthy, but otherwise neutral male, nothing distinguishing. That too was part of the game. He would have to earn his appearance. There was a small name plaque tattooed to his chest. Pedro. He knew there was another on his back, identifying his dominant and recessive traits. He would have to get another player to read that for him, so he would know what he had been assigned. His familiarity with prior games guided him. This was a variant of the standard opening setting. He walked down the main path and came to a sign, Interactive Zone. He passed it and glanced back. From this side, the sign said, Pedro Privacy Zone. Good enough. He could return here when he needed to. But he had no intention of doing so. He was here to play the game, for all he was worth. Soon, he was in a minor labyrinth of diverging and intersecting paths. Other players appeared. They were nude, male and female, of course, of all physical types, but all young and attractive. He was afraid he would get an embarrassing reaction as he got close to the girls. But he didn't. It seemed that being public stifled that particular effect, as had evidently been the case in the prior games he had watched so avidly. Oops! He had almost collided with a girl on a merging path, having been so busy checking the variety of bodies ahead. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. My fault, she said. My eyes were downrange. Hello, Fotina, he said, reading her name and the inset plaque above her small breasts. Hello, Pedro, she said, reading his plaque. You're a Moor, he said, faintly surprised, noting her swarthy skin and dark hair, matching his. Yes, I thought not many would choose that, so I did. She hesitated fractionally. Could I ask a favor? Let's exchange favors. We can read each other's traits. Yes. She turned around, exposing her back to him. Her buttocks were as modest as her breasts. In fact, her overall proportions were barely nubile, as if she was not completely out of childhood. But that too was part of the game. The first round was always for defining the traits of the avatars. Arts/magic, he read aloud. Oh, thank you. Then he turned, as she returned, and she read for him. Magic/arts. They're the same too, he exclaimed, surprised. By sheer coincidence. Or was it? Sometimes the game proprietors played little tricks on players, so as to make things more interesting for the television viewers. Had their meeting been arranged? He could break that up simply by walking away. If you don't mind, she faltered. I barely made it into the game, and didn't get to properly review the rules. Could you tell me why one word is capitalized and the other isn't? No problem.